Well, hey there. So I wanted to do an update video on my ChicSparrow pocket-size American Dream in London Fog. That's a mouthful. Because I finally decided that with the exception of the confetti dory field note size that I use to store filled field notes notebooks, I decided to de-stash and get rid of all of my other ones that I had in this size. It's something that I've been kind of been whittling down my field notes, traveler's notebooks over the past few months. But now, other than the confetti dory fabric one, this is my only field note size notebook. So it's getting kind of chunky because I've packed everything in here. But I figured I would do a quick flip through just to show what each of the notebooks in here are for. I'll show you the leather right quick. I did roll this, and so just if you watch my initial video to see an update on how beautifully this is holding up. All the stitching's still great. The leather is beautiful. I love the rolled look. I know some people like the smooth, but I really just prefer the texture of it. All right, so this first notebook is from the Field Notes Snowblind collection. So it will change colors to a beautiful blue in the right light. And this is kind of like a brain dump. It's if I have to take notes on something, any sort of a meeting or a phone call, phone number or something that I need to write down. It's all of that. This is from my notes from PlannerCon, different things if I want to try it out. So that's kind of just my brain dump, have it here sort of notebook. The next one is my semi-long-term to-dos and lists. These are things that I don't want to just put on a post-it note or sticky because it might fall off. I do need to reference it for longer than that. But they're things that once I'm done, I don't really need to reference them again. So I have some addresses that I won't show that I was going to send out some racks. My index here, of course. They're things that I need for longer than a week or a month, but that I don't need forever. So once this is full, I won't need to reference it again. So skipping over places that kids eat free, that changes. So I have that there for now. Clothes that I needed to shop for the boys for a different season, my KonMari, where I was in that method. I know I haven't posted videos on KonMari in a while. It's probably been almost a year since I did. And that's just because I found I wasn't excited about filming them. I kept doing the method and I kept up with all the different categories. Didn't quite finish all of them because things got busy. But I stopped filming just because it was taking away my joy. And since KonMari is all about sparking joy, I decided to stop doing that. Books that I want to read or topics I want to explore, DIY things for around the house, recipes to try, Christmas lists for the boys. Those sorts of things are what are housed in here. So again, there are things that I need to reference for longer than just a week that I might put it on a sticky note, but that once this notebook is filled, I won't need to look at it again, and so I can get rid of it. This is a folder that I actually made from some Echo Park paper company, the Cartabella series within there. I think it was So Lovely is the name of it, but I just loved it. And I love how it went with the gray too. So that's one that I made, and I just have some stickies and some masking stickers in there. And this is my research book. When I first started thinking about going back for another master's and getting one in library and information studies, I did research on different programs, and so this is where I put that. When I got into fountain pens, I did some things with that. Just different research things, topics that I want to look into. This is my notebook for that. So yeah. And then here I have just more masking stickers that I use in there. Then, of course, my binder clip with, this time I have a Papermate Flare stuck on instead of my usual Sharpie pen. So here's another folder. This one is actually from Annika Hamby. I was thinking about selling it with one of the planners, but then I decided to hang on to it anyway, because you can never have too many. But it's currently empty just because I just stuck it in here. And it's going around my vocabulary notebook. So I read a lot, and occasionally I come across words that just aren't part of my everyday vocabulary. So I put them in here, look them up, and then I reference this occasionally to try and build those into my vocabulary. A lot of times they're words that I've heard, but I don't necessarily have a firm definition in my mind. I kind of get what they are, but I wanted to, like parsimonious, I knew what that word meant in context, but I wanted to have a definite definition for it. But some things, parts of slang, like dudgeon, and let's see, what's some of that? Aperitif. Those aren't things that are generally part of my everyday experience. So having a place to put those in. I just enjoy doing it since I read a lot and I enjoy words. It's the back of that folder. This is for my sermon notes. I've filled up one of these already, and this one is getting close to being full. Sometimes I used to have this in a separate notebook that I would take the entire notebook with me, but now I'm just kind of slipping this field notes notebook out and putting it in my purse, as I used to have it with this notebook as well, and a blank field notes for my boys to color in. But they've kind of gotten past wanting to scribble in there. So now I just will slip this one out and put it in my bag and take it with me to church. And then here is my Bible study one, just notes from different studies I'll put in here. I also have the second half of it is prayer requests, so I won't show that in there. I'm trying to get started in the habit of having a set-aside prayer journal. I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like, but it's something that's been on my heart to do. So this may transform into that. I'm not sure yet. But that's the end. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notebooks in here currently, as well as 2 folders. It's nice and chunky. I think I probably could still get another one in, maybe. But yeah, this is my go-to field note size notebook now, and I'm liking having everything in one place. And I like the chunky look with these. It makes me happy. I hope this was fun to look through. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye.